the entertaining speaker. Project number 2, resources for entertainment. The objectives of project number 2 is to draw entertaining material from sources other than your own personal experiences and adapt the material to your topic with your own personality for the audience. This would be the icing on the cake if there were a title. There is. Survival of the Fittest. Obviously. Wow. It didn't say title. I just thought you perhaps were thinking I might choke up here when I need to survive. Or perhaps I'll be entering. Nonetheless, to give me the Darwin Awards, we have speaker number 1 with title Survival of the Fittest, Mr. Mike Hall.
Since we have already verified that some of you have heard of the Darwin Awards, they have several books. They also have a website, which is very interesting to read. And I think the Darwin Awards go back to the 90s. So, this is, I don't know if this was really, but anyways. Has anyone here done something that, on reflection afterwards, might not have been the safest thing in the world to do?
Do we have
Really?
Let's just all do the way you
Perhaps a minor mishap with a power tool of some sort, or a knife or something where you cut your finger or something like that. I could give some examples from my own experience, but according to the objectives of our posters. No one is immune to it. I would be willing to bet that all of us has done something that somebody might not care to admit to. Today we're going to talk about the Darwin Awards in respect to men and women, firearms and explosives and machines. All of the examples that I'm going to give were taken from DarwinAwards.com and from the book, or from one of the books. To be fair, and so you don't think I'm picking on women or anything, I'm going to start with an example about a male award recipient. The date was March 21st of 2002 in Kentucky. In his youth, the man had whiled away many an afternoon hopping on trains and riding for 15 or 20 yards down the rails before leaping back off. But by the time he was 20, he had apparently lost the knack. While demonstrating the trick to friends, our hero tried to hop a southbound train, but failed to notice the simultaneous approach of a northbound train and was struck and killed. Hence removing himself from the gene pool. And she did say, usually posthumously, they don't have to be killed, as long as they are rendered unable to reproduce. Now, I'm sure most of us in the room have had problems with backseat or even side seat drivers, and maybe even a few of us have had a significant other threaten to jump out of the car while it's moving. But in May of 2009 in Louisiana, annoyed at how slowly her boyfriend was driving, Tamara B., 22, encouraged him to pick up the pace so she could get to work on time. Joking that it would be faster for her to walk to work, she opened the door of the pickup truck and stuck her foot out before falling to her death. But wait, was her complaint valid? No. In fact, the deputies of the sheriff's office stated that the truck was traveling at highway speed on I-12 at the time of the incident, and her death was ruled an accidental. So highway speed meaning plus miles an hour. Now, most of us have probably heard of people doing stupid things with firearms or fireworks or something like that. Playing Russian roulette, playing with a loaded gun, or supposedly cleaning their gun while it being unloaded and shooting themselves. The following is a rather mind-boggling attempt at a crime spree. Appeared to the robbers first due to his lack of a previous record of violence and his terminally stupid choices. Number one choice, his target was H&J Leather and Firearms, a gun shop. Number two, the shop was full of customers. Again, firearms customers. Number three, to enter the shop, the robber had to step around a marked patrol car parked at the front door. Number four, the uniformed officer was standing at the counter having coffee before work. Upon seeing the officer, the would-be robber announced a hold-up and fired a few wild shots. The officer and a clerk promptly returned fire, covered by several customers who also drew their guns, thereby removing the confused criminal from the gene pool. No one else was hurt, by the way. You'd think he'd notice the police car and say, there's a cop in there. Apparently he was unfazed. We all know that machines can also be dangerous, but they can also be helpful. Just depends on the user. The person in this example was not a Darwin Award recipient, but classified as an at-risk survivor. In Switzerland in the 90s, during a training lesson on a plush tennis court in Stade, a high school student named Elbrus, son of a Russian nouveau riche, decided to check out how a tennis ball machine works. Since you're reading this here, since I'm telling you about this, you already know the machine was on and was working. In other words, shooting balls. Elbrus stuck his nose into the machine to inspect the complicated device.
Oh, no.
And before anyone could react, the next ball struck him right in the face, breaking his nose and knocking him out. It was his lucky day, however, because the machine was not set to maximum power, otherwise it would have killed him. So, in conclusion, if you had any mishaps, even remotely close to the examples that I've given, I hope you've learned from your mistakes. But if you ever hear yourself saying the words, "Hey y'all, watch this," or something to that effect, please stop yourself and think before you act. Because good decisions come from experience, and experience comes from bad decisions. Thanks.